Hello Lemurites, welcome to your biology class. How are you students? Are you enjoying your classes? I hope all of you have watched the biology previous videos. So we have started our chapter cell structure and function. In the first video we have discussed about the discovery of cell and about microscopes. We also learned about staining technique. We learned about unicellular and multicellular organisms. We learned the difference between unicellular and multicellular organisms. In last class, in multicellular organisms, we have learned about level of organization. Hope all of you have watched the video till that and hope all of you understood the concept of level of organization. So students, we learned that in multicellular organisms, there is division of labor. That means different part of multicellular organisms perform different functions. And as example, we have learned in human body, the stomach is involved in digestion, the heart is involved in circulation, the bones and muscles are involved in performing the movement. Dear students, last class I have given you an homework that is a multiple choice question. So let's discuss the answer for that multiple choice question. Page number 89. Tick the correct options. The first question is, the processes not performed by the living organism is or are called dash. The processes not performed by the living organism is or are called dash. Options are A. Growth, B. Movement, C. Reproduction, and D. All of this. So students, what is the answer for this question? Yes, the option is D. All of this, because we know that non-living things doesn't show basic properties like growth, movement and reproduction. Now let's move to the next question, that is a group of similar cells performing a specific function join together to form an dash. A group of similar cells performing a specific function join together to organ, B. Tissue, C. Organ system, D. Organism. A group of cells performing similar function is called? Yes, the answer is tissue. So I hope all of you got the correct answers. So in human body and other organisms, different cells are seen in order to perform specific functions. In today's class, we are going to learn about cell size and shape. Cell size and shape. The cell size and shape varies based on the function performed by the organism. But it does not depend on the size of the organism. That is, the size and the shape of the cells depends upon the function they perform. It doesn't depend on the size of the organism. For example, the size of neural cell of elephant is similar to the size of neural cell of an cockroach. The shape of the cell also varies based on the function it performs. The shape can be spherical. For example, egg of many animals. The shape can be spindle shaped. For example, smooth muscle fibers seen in the muscles of human. The cells can be elongated. As in neural cells or nerve cells, the cells can be oval shaped. Like the cells in red blood cells. The cells can be branched. Example, the cells of osteocytes. Osteocytes means bone cells. Likewise, the cells are seen in many shapes. And we have learned about amoeba. What is the peculiarity of amoeba? Yes, amoeba is a single unicellular organism. And in lower classes we have learned that amoeba cell doesn't have a proper shape. That means there are few cells which keep on changing its shape. And amoeba is an example for such cell. And another example is WBC. WBC cells shows change in the cell shape based on the function they perform. Now let's examine a neural cell. So here what you can see is a nerve cell that is elongated. It has a head region and a tail region. The head region is called dendrite and it's like webbed. The informations and the pulses will be getting into this and it will be passes through the neuron, passed on to the next cell through the tail region. So based on the function, the nerve cell is elongated. So cell membrane, both in plants and animals and other organisms, all the cell components are embedded or enclosed in cell membrane, and the cell membrane are the factors that gives shapes to the cell. Now, how about the size of the cell? We have learned that cells are too small, they are microscopic. Cell and cell organelles are measured as millimeters. And 1000 millimeter is known as 1 micron. (1,000 millimeters are called 1 micron. So the size of the cell varies from a small bacteria to an egg cell of an ostrich. And even an algae called acetabularia have a single cell of 10 centimeter. Scale you have seen how much is 10 centimeter. So a single cell of acetabularia, it's a unicellular algae. So that means the size and the shape of the cell depends on the function. It does not depend on the size of the organism. The cell of a big animal such as an elephant is same as that of small organism. That means, for example, the nerve cell of both elephant and rat has similar function and they both are of same size and shape. So let's summarize what we have learned by watching a video.
Cell shape and size. Different organisms have different kinds of cells. Cells show variation in terms of their shapes and sizes. The shape and size of cells depend upon the specific functions performed by the organisms and not on the size of the organisms. Cell shape. Cells show a great variation in their shapes, such as spherical, eggs of many animals, spindle-shaped, smooth muscle fiber, elongated, nerve cells, oval-shaped, red blood corpuscles, branched, osteocytes, and so on. Some cells may not have definite shape. Amoeba, white blood cells. The shape of a cell helps in its functioning. For example, a nerve cell is very long and has wire-like projections coming out of it. These projections help the nerve cell carry messages and send them to all the parts of the body. Cell size. The cells and their organelles are measured by fractions of a millimeter, mm. 1,000th of a millimeter is called a micron or micrometer. 1 micron or micrometer is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 millimeters. Most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible to the naked eye. They need to be enlarged or magnified by a microscope so that we can observe them. The size of cells varies from the very small cells of bacteria, 0.2 to 100 micrometer, to the very large eggs of the ostrich, 170 millimeter into 130 millimeter. In our body, red blood cells, 7 micrometer, are the smallest, and the nerve cells, about 100 centimeter, are the longest cells.
Children, I hope all of you have understood the concept which I have taught you today, that is, the size and the shape of a cell depends on the function it performs. So kindly go through the textbook page number 89 and 90. See you in next class. Thank you.